like a fucking autistic obsession to like build these massive fucking like symmetrical buildings. I don't know. Whenever I play Minecraft, like my house has to be fucking huge. Like plain and simple. I don't like small houses in Minecraft, so usually what I'll do is I'll always put it on peaceful first, build a dope ass like fucking house, and then put it on like actual survival. And just chill in my fucking base and barely ever need to leave. Oh, come on, bro. I ran out of ammo. Shit. My voice changed. I don't think so. But thanks. Doom Boom with the 2. Look here, look, listen. Oh, shit, man. So, watch Jubilee Liberal Teens versus... Alright, we can watch it tonight. Well, depending on how long it is, we'll watch some of it for sure. And Box of Some with the 2. What's your favorite X-Men movie? None. I don't like any of them. I think X-Men is pretty boring. I don't like how they all have like superpowers, but they're all really fucking shitty. So RDX, son of a foe with the 279. Women's reproductive rights are human rights. Agreed, man. Sex should be a human right. Now that's something I can get behind. Quantum TV's gone quiet apart from music. Yeah, that shit's corny as fuck. Somebody sent me that. It's not actually him in the music video, though. Apparently it's just some like fucking white dude. Wolverine is the best X-Men. Oh, well, obviously. Bro, most of the X-Men are so fucking lame. The only cool, like, ability is, like, the magnet guy. I don't remember his name, but that would be the really cool power because technically, since the Earth has a magnetic field, you can control everything on Earth. But, of course, they don't ever explore that possibility in the movies. Yo, that Fantastic Four movie back in the day, though, that, like, invisible chick was really fucking hot.
I'll be watching y'all.
Yeah, I don't blame British Potato for not uploading that video, because there's a lot of talk about, like, CP and shit in it. I personally wouldn't upload that. That's like a community guideline strike waiting to happen. Like, bro, we literally had that fucking weeb motherfucker defending, like, a dude beating off to child porn. Like, that shit's so fucking disgusting. But yeah, the invisible chick from Fantastic Four was like the only good thing about that movie. She was pretty hot. So RDX, son of a Fed with the 279, right winger and centrist should be ashamed of what? I don't know, man. I'm not getting into this political shit, but like, what should they be ashamed of? Groovy Pan with the 2, Subgriff. How you doing? Just turned in my last assignment for the semester. Nice, man. That's got to be a good feeling. Yeah, that was the one thing I really liked about my grad school in particular, is we didn't really have like final exams. We mainly just had like projects, which while those were kind of a pain in the ass, it was nice because you didn't have to like sit down for 3 hours and take a test. You could spread it out over a couple weeks and like work on it gradually. But yeah, that's always a great feeling when you turn in that final assignment. Then you can just like take a like deep breath and be like, damn, I'm fucking done. How do I know she was hot? Because like, wasn't the thing like she took off all of her fucking clothes while she was invisible, and then she became visible again, and then yeah. That was like the one interesting part of that movie. The Virgin Quantum TV versus the rest of the YouTube community. Basically, man. I don't know. Dreamcast guy selling his wall of virginity? I know, man. I saw the video. We can probably watch that tonight if you guys want. I'm sure everybody's probably already seen it by now. So RDX son of a Fed with the 279. They're now drafting bills to ban contraceptive. I highly doubt that's gonna pass, man. There's people who like draft up bills for crazy shit all the time that never go anywhere. I wouldn't look too far into it. RDX son of a Fed with the 279, no condoms or IUD or morning. Yeah, that's not gonna pass, man. I wouldn't even look into that shit. That's probably just one person like drafting up a bill, and that's it. I wouldn't look too deeply into that one. There's no way they're banning condoms. Will with the 2 crypto fanboys today be like... I know, for real. Dude, there's so many people salty in this fucking, There's like so many fucking people in their feelings in the comment section of that post. The Diamond Hands community was not very happy with that. Bamaham Yum with the 5 Griffin Otaku Daikin is the Palpatine of Griffin Gaming channel. Oh, fuck no, bro. Palpatine's cool. And God Howard is Vader. They must not be trusted. Well, Vader eventually turns out to be a good guy, so I don't know if God Howard has that redemption inside of him, to be completely honest, bro. Once you're that far gone a degenerate, I don't really know if there's any like redemption at that point. Plus, Darth Vader is my favorite Star Wars character besides Palpatine, so... What happened to crypto? It's down like 40% in the past month or two. So RDX, son of a Fed with the 279, look it up now. Yeah, I believe that somebody drafted a bill, but literally anyone in any legislative body can draft a bill. It doesn't mean it's going anywhere. Like, there were people who tried to draft a bill against gay marriage or whatever. Nothing happened. So I wouldn't look into it, to be completely honest. Unless you see it getting bipartisan support or something like that, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just people like basically competing for political attention just to catch a headline. All for a drop of clout. So Shadow Monarch with the 2. Look what's #1 on Steam charts. I was shocked. Let me check in a second. Dude, I love the weapon effect this thing has. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Steam charts. Lost Ark? That's not surprising. Dude, Lost Ark has been like really popular ever since it came out. That game is actually pretty fun from what I've played. I like Lost Ark personally. I need to play it again, but MMOs and time are kind of a combination. My diamond hands, that's right, man. My diamond hands won't crack under pressure. Dude, who the fuck cares about pay to win in a Diablo game? Like, the fuck? Just play that shit at your own pace. Like, literally, it's just like a Diablo clone. You can play it as fast or as slow as you want to. So, RDX son of a foe with the 279 Roe v. Wade is going to be overturned? Yeah, I mean, that's fine. The Supreme Court made the ruling in the first place, so they have the authority to overturn it. It has nothing to do with abortion either, which is what a lot of people are getting misconstrued. It has more to do with the separation of power between federal and state governments and the whole issue of enumerated powers in the Constitution, because nowhere in the Constitution is it enumerated that the federal government has an authority to regulate whether a state can or cannot make a medical, whatever the fuck, procedure legal or illegal. It has to do with the 10th Amendment. Or is it 9th? I forgot which one it is. It's the Enumerated Powers Amendment in the Constitution. I know that's what it is. It's either 9 or 10. I don't remember which specific one. But it's more of just like restoring the state's right to govern versus the federal government. Long story short. The thing could have literally been about like if fucking Twinkies were legal or not. That's literally what it comes down to. Like, replace abortion with any topic and the like outcome probably would have been the same. It has to do with the enumerated powers, nothing to do with the actual like legality or illegality of abortion. It's just stating that it should be up to the states to decide, not the federal government. And that's where a lot of people are just like getting this completely, well, it's the media, like, you know, overreacting as usual. It's the 10th? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm not completely retarded. Yeah, it's more of a issue of state versus federal legislative authority. You can replace abortion with whatever subject matter you want to. Doesn't really matter in the case of the ruling. And it's also kind of reversing the precedent that the Supreme Court can basically write something into law, which is what the original ruling did. I don't know, there's a lot of people overreacting about this thing. It's really not that big a deal. God Howard with the 2 chats. Stop bullying me. Wait, stop bullying. It's not me. It's you generation? I don't know, man. Seems like it's you. You do have a love of Otaku Daikin. Pothead investor with the 5. Russia and Ukraine have stopped exploring. Wait, Russia and Ukraine have stopped. Oh, you mean exporting grain? Which makes up 12% of the world's grain? Yeah, Europe's fucked. Like, dead ass. They're gonna be in for a world of hurt. L Monkey with the 2 Griffin. I'm sending Wendy's chili to your crib. Fuck yeah, bro. Appreciate the assist. I'm gonna drink that shit like a fucking Diet Pepsi. Oh, fuck me. So HDM 101 with the 2 subgraph. How do you run console games on OBS? Wait. 20 FPS. Wait, what do you mean? Console games on OBS? Well, I mean, I have a capture card that like feeds into my... Like, I literally have a capture card on my motherboard that I plug in the consoles to. And it just feeds the signal in and broadcasts it to OBS. I don't know. Many other states also have that. Overturning Roe v. Wade will be devastating for women in states like mine. This isn't something that should be regulated to the states. I mean, you might not want to live in the United States of America then. Because the whole premise of states' rights is like the literal foundation of our country. I don't know, man. If anything, most problems would be fixed in the US if the states had more authority versus the federal government. A state like California and Wisconsin should not be governed the same. Plain and simple. That's why the US government works well. Is because we have like independent bodies that can govern and regulate themselves. Because they are so vastly different. Like fucking Maine and Hawaii, for example. Like imagine if they had the same rules and regulations across the board. That would be a fucking disaster. So RDX Son of a Foe with the 7 states' rights are only about taking rights away? No. America had a civil war about this. Can we leave it up to the states for black rights? Oh my god. Bro, I'm not getting into this type of bullshit. There's a difference between a Alright, so let's make this very fucking clear. The only reason slavery ended is because of a constitutional amendment that had to be approved by the majority of the states. Plain and simple. At the end of the day, the federal government is made up of representatives from the states. So, at its very core, power resides in the United States from the individual states that make up the U.S. You don't have a 13th Amendment without a constitutional amendment, which has to be approved by the majority of states. I mean, probably do it differently in fucking Canada, bro, but in the United States, the states hold the power. That's literally how our government is set up. There's a reason why the federal government is made up of representatives from each of the states. There's a reason why the U.S. president is not elected by a popular vote and is instead chosen by the individual states in an electoral college. It's so that states always have a fair, representation in governing decisions. So the idea of states' rights is at the very fucking bedrock of the United States. I mean, this isn't even political at this point. This is just basic civics. I don't even think what I'm saying is political. It's it's just fucking civics, bro. It's actual fucking fact. No, the Electoral College should not be abolished. That's the dumbest shit I've heard in a very long time. What did I just talk about? You generation of the two, I'll give everyone a break for tonight. Appreciate you, man. Big ups. Very kind of you. RDX, son of a foe with the seven, should women's rights, black rights, gay rights, slavery, child labor laws be up to the states? I mean, technically it is, because state representatives vote in order to change those laws, so yeah. At the end of the day, it is up to individual states and the people who live in them. Box of some of the two, people making edits on Dev versus Herd. Yeah, I have not been following it, but I'm sure people have. I've seen a couple memes on Instagram, but that's about it. Arthur Lewin with the two. Watch Greg, 2GPW, Andy Diablo. Shows how scummy? Bruh, I have no idea what that is. And Krillix with the two. Someone failed U.S. history, a home fet. Bro, he's from Canada. That's the thing. He doesn't know anything about the U.S. government. RDX, son of a fet with the seven. U.S. Civil War was about state rights to keep people's property. If you actually think that's true, you're really fucking stupid. Not even 10% of Southerners own slaves, just FYI. And the Civil War didn't become about slavery until Lincoln was trying to prevent the British from coming in and helping the South. That's the reason why he gave the Emancipation Proclamation, is because I think it was Queen Victoria at the time was extremely opposed to slavery. So in order to prevent her from coming and aiding Robert E. Lee, which was actually married to a direct descendant of George Washington and therefore was an ally, because George Washington came from British nobility, that was his effort to prevent the British from getting involved in the Civil War. Fun fact. Slavery didn't even come into play into the Civil War until like the very fucking end. In fact, the Civil War primarily was started over tariffs on foreign goods. Just like the American Revolution, taxes. But, you know, let's oversimplify something because, ha ha ha, America bad. But yeah, fun fact, Robert E. Lee, like the Southern general, like he was married to like, I think a niece or something of George Washington. So he had the connections. So Sam the Madman with the 5 power-hungry and pro-choice motherfuckers are big mad because they can't bully other states into listening to them. I'm just sitting here watching the flyer. Like, that's the thing, too, is, like, most states already have, like, abortion legalized for, like, the extreme scenarios they love to bring up. Like, almost every single state allows for abortion in the case of incest or rape. Like, I don't know of any state that doesn't allow that at this point, but maybe I'm wrong, but even then, if it's that big of a deal to you, you could always just drive to the next state over. Like, that's the wonderful thing about the US, is you got options. 50 of them. John sold the 2 Facts and Logic. Uh-oh, bro. Don't turn me into the fucking Ben Shapiro of gaming. Al DeGasto with the 5 off topic, but I've seen politicians say we should get rid of filibuster and a filibuster. Yeah, no, a filibuster needs to stay. It's important. It's like one of the crucial functions of the Senate. Like, that's the great thing, honestly, about how the US government was set up. As dumb as this sounds, but it's like purposely designed to be slow and inefficient. So no one group of people can come in and make extreme drastic changes overnight. Like, the design of it's actually really fucking genius in that regard. Person with the 2, can you watch GameStop's Dirty Secret? Or review tech? I mean, I guess, yeah, sure. Yeah, the Martin with the 10 fun fact stakes should not ratify... Wait. Would not ratify the Constitution without the Bill of Rights, and the first 10 amendments in the Bill of Rights is modeled after the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom. Yup. I don't know. Like, literally... I just don't... Like, some people are just very ignorant to, like, how the government's even set up. Like, the people who always say, like, our democracy is under threat. First, we don't live in a democracy. So already you tell me that you're fucking stupid right off the bat if people say that. But second, it's like our government is designed in a way that really nothing drastic can change overnight. And even if something does, there's like 3 different ways to get around it or reverse it. So it was very intricately and deliberately designed by people who are much smarter than today's average politicians, that's for fucking sure. Not an eye with the 5, give me a big griff, and then need to scan the radar for people who has dumb takes. Alright, man, go ahead. Al DeGasto with the 2, or was it Electoral College? I can't remember. Oh yeah, they've been saying they should get rid of that for a long time because they don't like the fact that a state like Ohio or North Dakota or South Dakota could actually, at the end of the day, influence an election. I mean, it's mainly the Democrats that want it because they control the population centers, plain and simple. So they don't want it to be made up of electoral votes. They just want it to be a flat-out popular vote because then it would like greatly favor them in almost every single situation. And once again, the Electoral College was deliberately designed so that exact thing would not fucking happen, regardless of political affiliation. It's to make sure that everybody in every state has an equal fucking voice. I simp for Griffin Gaming with the 2. What's your opinion on ultra wides? Would you get one? I mean, I have one right now. It's my like left monitor. I don't use it to play video games, but yeah, it's pretty nice. A lot of real estate to work with. The Butch is toxic with the 5. The Northern Democrats wanted to leave slavery up to the state government. Yeah, like Maryland, for example, had slavery all the way up through the end of the Civil War. So anybody that said the Civil War had to do with fucking slavery is a complete fucking moron. Because literally northern states like Maryland literally had slavery until the end of the fucking war. And the Emancipation Proclamation didn't even apply to fucking northern states. It only applied to the southern states. It's really amazing how stupid people really are about stuff. And they act like they're experts. Like Maryland literally had slavery longer than the South, technically. I mean, bro, it's just, I don't know. Like, people don't know what the fuck they're talking about most of the time. RDX, son of a fed with the 279, so you don't want America to be a democracy? No, I don't. Do you know how inefficient a democracy would be? We would literally have to vote on every single decision the government made. No fucking thank you. That sounds like a complete and total nightmare. The Butch is toxic with the 2. Abe Lincoln founded the Republican Party. Yup. The GOP, grand old party. Did he actually found it though? I'm not sure about that. I think technically Thomas Jefferson founded it. Because originally it was called the Democratic Republican Party. I'm pretty sure Jefferson founded it. But I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've looked at that. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about the history of the party system too much, but I'm almost like certain that Jefferson started what was like the beginning of the Republican Party. It was originally called the Democratic Republican Party. It's literally in our motherfucking pledge. Yeah, the only democracy we have is the democratic vote to elect representatives. Aside from that, we're a republic. We're a democratic republic. We elect our representatives who function in a republican capacity. I want America to be an authoritative regime. That's right, man. We will need the fucking Mao Zedong of fucking the USA to pop up and free us with the wonderful power of socialism. Every town should have a labor camp. So 210505 with the 2, you think Xbox will bring back Skylanders? Probably not. I think that's dead and gone. That whole Toys to Life gimmick is kind of vanished. The only thing that's still kind of hanging on is Amiibos, but they're not anywhere near as popular as they used to be. So Arthur Lewin with the 2. At the end of the day, both parties are... Well, yeah, they're just two sides of the same coin. They just consistently run off of each other over and over again. It's like controlled opposition, basically. They both need each other to, like, exist and run against. To basically keep the cycle going of just constantly swapping between the two parties. That way they both stay in power, but they just kind of take turns. It's like the two console system in Rome, which is kind of interesting because it's very similar. Like you would have two, basically in Rome, they had two consuls, which were the heads of state. So basically think like two presidents, and then they would have the Senate, and each consul would actively try to win the Senate over in order to side with them. So it was like a constant power struggle between like two political parties that were represented by two different people. So it's kind of a natural progression of any like Republican like government that eventually like power consolidates in like two main forces, I guess you could say. Typically that's how it goes. Like even in Europe they have multiple parties, but for the majority of the countries like there are two main parties. Like there are your little fucking crazy fringe parties out on the edge, but primarily you just have two main parties in almost any like Republican government you look at. Yeah, I mean the Romans really were like way beyond their time. Like it took 2,000 years to catch up to where they were in some cases. Like it's pretty fucking crazy to think about. Like, there are some places on Earth that still don't have access to clean water like fucking the ancient Romans did. Which is really crazy to think about. Like, bro, the Romans had fucking plumbing. We didn't get that shit back for like 1,500 years. At least. So, eating disorder with the 2. Hi, matey. Eat any good food lately? I had some barbecue chicken for dinner. That was pretty fire. DJ Aftershock with the 2. Do you believe in the lost cause? Just curious. I have no idea what the fuck that is, so let's go with no. Mackenzie with the 5. Learned about basic U.S. politics and history and credit recovery, which is frowned upon. But I'm concerned how regular schooling seems to fail so many. Well, it's because they don't fucking teach it in school anymore. They teach you how to read fucking dog shit books or go to fucking arts and crafts crap. I don't know, like very few schools actually have like a good like US government class or whatever. Or like personal finance classes or anything useful. Sam the Madman with the 2, was Caesar a dictator? I mean, technically, yeah, he was put in as dictator for life. But Caesar was also an extremely good leader. He did right by the people, which is why the Senate hated him. They were worried that the people would favor an individual over them. And well, they basically ensured that would happen for the remainder of Rome. GG, well played, boys. Benjamin Loken with the 5 Griffin as a future USA history teacher. I just want to say that I'm happy to see that you know your history. A plus from Mr. Loken. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hell yeah. I don't know, like, it's just, it really is sad. Like, school is such a joke these days for most people. Like, instead of teaching you how to, like, file your taxes, you have to read fucking Shakespeare. Instead of learning about how the government actually works, you know, you gotta take fucking, like, PE or, like, bullshit, like... I'm just trying to think of like all the shit I had to take. Like foreign languages, for example. That type of shit most people will never use. And nobody ever really remembers it either. Like English class was a waste of time. Social studies for the most part was like a complete fucking waste of time. I had to take like a bunch of bullshit science classes, which were a waste of time. Like environmental science, bro. Really? Like, you don't really gain any, like, real-world knowledge from school. It's pretty sad. PE is necessary? Yeah, it's called going the fuck outside when you get home. Bro, if you cut out all the fluff from school... you would have so much more free time. Like, people would be done in, like, 5-6 years. Probably. Yeah, chemistry is a useless class. This class fucking sucks. It's just memorizing shit. It's memorizing stuff you'll never fucking use. Like, if you want to go into that as, like, a career, then fine, take the class. But for 99% of people, it's a complete waste of time. Like, bro, my chemistry teacher was a fucking bitch. I hated her. She's a massive fucking cunt who would just, like, try to fuck everybody over on the test and things. I don't know. I feel like that's most people's chemistry teachers, though. Because you have to be kind of miserable to like chemistry. It's just memorizing a bunch of stupid shit. Which you could easily just look up. Like, oh my god, bro, this fucking molecule has 7 neurons or whatever the fuck it is. Electrodes or fuck, man. I don't even, that shit was so boring. Or you have to take like something like psychology or something, which, bruh, that is a complete waste of time. Unless you want a degree in professional poverty, I would not advise getting involved with fucking like Psychology in any way, shape, or form. Your chemistry teacher is hot? Damn, can you pass me his number? So 2023 Perfect Dark with the 2, you learn more outside of school than inside? Oh, definitely. I mean, most of learning in life is done through, like, self-teaching. I mean, that's basically what college is you teach yourself the material outside of class in preparation for a test. That's like the fucking college loop for you. Max Galena with the 5. If there was no fluff, where would the state find money to steal if no school/property tax is present? Yeah, true. I don't know. Yeah, I do not know if I would send my kids to fucking public school. Like, those fuckers are crazy in there these days. My schools were pretty decent, I must say, but for the most part, I don't know. Public schools, especially in Northern Virginia, are really fucking weird, bro. Like, there's some crazy fuckers up here. Like, I'm pretty sure the schools in my area have, like, that drag queen story time bullshit and stuff. Like, that'd be something they'd probably do up here. Dude, let me catch one of those fucking freaks talking to my kid. Holy shit. Acrylics with the 5. High Griff, do you think homeschooled is pretty much... Wait. Do you think being homeschooled for pretty much my whole life will impact my ability to get into college? Probably not. As long as you did well, and you do well in like your SAT and ACT, you'll probably be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not like you really had a choice in the matter. So the Butch is toxic with the 2. Science should be an elective. Agreed. Yeah, I think so too. Makes sense. The Butch is toxic with the 2. Wait, no, fuck, I read that. Groovy Pam with the 5. Both my U.S. history and governor teachers were pretty concise with how the government's run, even though both had liberal tendencies. Didn't always agree, but respect them. Yeah, my AP government teacher was really fucking good. She was cool. Like, it was fun, though. Like, we had debates and shit all the fucking time in class. That was like a really fun class, bro. And, like, if you won the debate, you would get, like, extra credit or something. So that was a really fun class, actually. I think I finished with, like, 100 in that class, to be honest. I got a 5 on the AP exam. I know that. That shit was mad easy. Cactus Productions with the 5. Griffin spinning facts tonight. Democracy is cringe, and big issues like Roe v. Wade should be left to the states. It's not, yeah, it's not the court. Like, that's the whole thing. Is like, it's not even like the federal government passed a law legalizing it. It literally was a court case that basically legislated for the entire country. The court's role is not to legislate or create laws. It's to interpret the law. And nowhere in the Constitution is the word abortion mentioned. So it's literally not within the court's authority to regulate or literally basically impose a law that legalizes it. Like, that's what I don't understand why people don't get that. This is literally just removing government overreach and putting the power in the hands of the states where it belongs. Has nothing to do with abortion. It literally just has to do with the fact that the courts should not be legislating from the bench. Something that the Democrats claim they don't fucking like, but don't understand that the original Roe v. Wade ruling literally was the textbook definition of the courts legislating from the bench. I don't know. Like, I don't understand how people can't fucking understand that. Catholic school is about indoctrinating kids into religion? I mean, it's in the name, bro. What the fuck do you expect? Like, do you not expect a Catholic school to be religious? Like, the fuck? DJ Aftershock with the 2. There was a huge issue in the recent governor election. Or that was a huge issue. Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. Like, there's some really fucked up shit that happens in schools these days. John sold the 2. Let it be known. Griffin is a masturbator. That's right, bro. Or debater. Sorry, I forgot that part. But yeah. Absolute fucking pro. Years of practice. Let it be known. SNK Nostalgia with the 2. Critical thinking is the greatest skill to learn. Unfortunately, it's not a very easy one to learn for most people. They just read everything at a fucking surface level. They read the fucking regurgitated fucking headlines that the media puts in front of them and go, oh my god, do not question. People just don't like to think. That's the issue in a lot of cases. So RDX Son of a Fett with the 279. What else, though? What else should be left up to the states? Basically everything. Besides national defense. Anything outlined in the Constitution. I mean, basically, if it's in the Bill of Rights, or it's... Well, I mean, if it's in the Constitution, then I think that should be the federal government's responsibility. And anything not enumerated in the Constitution, like the 10th Amendment says, should be left up to the states. So basically almost everything. Because the states are what comprise the federal government in the first place. So the power should reside with them, as the fucking government was designed to be. Al DeGosto with the 2. Want to debate in class on why women shouldn't vote? Oh shit, man. How'd you pull that one off? New Generation with the 5. Did you see the protesters that went to the justices' homes? Yeah, they look like fucking crazy people. They look like whiny little brats that are upset, bro. I don't know. I don't remember, like, people storming the fucking Supreme Court justices' houses when gay marriage was fucking legalized by the court. Like, I don't know. It's just weird, man. Although, times are much more fucking polarized these days, so people are always looking for a reason to rage. Why didn't I become a lawyer? Too much school. Literally. I actually thought about being a lawyer at one point, or a doctor, but I was like 7 years of school, or I could be done quicker. done quicker was the answer. Bro, being a lawyer is just remembering a bunch of fucking cases. Like, it's not even hard. You just have to sit there and fucking memorize shit. I probably could do it, to be completely honest. I have a pretty good memory for that type of stuff. So Pot Investor with the 5, Louisiana is trying to pass a bill to making abortion murder. I mean, it's up to them, man. That's the thing. It's like Louisiana can do what Louisiana wants. They're their own independent state. Now, I highly doubt that's going to pass, but, you know, that's how state legislatures work. Just like the federal government works. Bills are proposed and voted on. But could I win a case? Probably. I mean, 90% of like court is convincing a jury. So it's all about framing information, putting it out in a way that you're trying to like, you're basically telling a story in a sense, which I feel like I'm pretty good at doing. And I'm very good at using things that people say against them, which is also a very big thing, especially when you're like cross-examining witnesses. That's pretty big. So I feel like I'd be pretty talented at that, to be completely honest. I don't know, I probably would be a good lawyer. I just don't want to fucking sit through the school. Sounds miserable. Better call Griffin, that's right, man. Oh shit. I saw that blue dot and I was like, oh, that's friendly, but no, it was through the rock. Interesting how everything is related in a way. Being a roaster helps being a oh, definitely. Like, it's all about, like, I mean, court is literally basically a debate in a sense. It's all about framing your argument and presenting it in a way to convince people. I mean, people back in the day, like in ancient Rome, for example, like, you know, they didn't have TV or anything to watch. So back then you'd go every like week to the fucking local court hearings, which were held in like the public square. And you would go and listen to the different lawyers argue. Like, that used to be entertainment for people. So what does that tell you? Like, the best lawyers in Rome were the most entertaining ones who could win over the crowd. Basically. What's my stance on hate crimes? I'm not a fan. I don't know, man. They're kind of a crime, so probably not really something I would endorse. I don't fucking know, dude, but I don't really know why you would ask that question. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Do I ever feel like playing Vanguard's monotonous? Not really. I mean, playing most games is monotonous these days, but I enjoy it for the most part. I've committed a hate crime. Oh shit, man. Time to lock me up. Griffin, do you hate Muslims? No, they're very halal, man. You know? Big fan. Just not Mia Khalifa, bro. She belongs to the fucking streets, but aside from her, yeah. I got no beef. Would you be a defense attorney or no, definitely not a prosecutor. You don't make any money. Fuck no. I'd be a defense lawyer, if anything. I'd rather be a corporate lawyer, to be honest. I feel like that'd be fun. Suing people for shit. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, you have a point. The quality of life in the modern world today is at the highest point it's ever been for every single person across the globe, for the most part. Like, at no other point in human history have the average person had, like, this high of quality of life. Like, we're obviously doing something fucking right. You know? For all the retards that are like, oh my god, capitalism is evil. It's like, then why is it under this system of capitalism that literally the highest attainable quality of life has been achieved? It's not really a coincidence. How come fucking feudal Europe didn't bring us into the fucking wonderful golden age we live in right now? Or like the absolute monarchies? I don't know. It's actually kind of funny. Like, bro, we literally live better than the average fucking, like, emperor would. I don't know. Was Dreamcast guy in debt to the band? Wait, what the fuck? I hope our boy Dreamcast guy isn't in debt. That would not be very gaming. Bro, communism belongs to the fucking streets, bro. They can keep that shit. Meanwhile, we can walk the fuck all over it. Yeah, I just don't, like, I really don't understand how, like, literally fucking brain dead you would have to be to unironically support communism or socialism. Like, I really wonder why people are that fucking stupid. Like, genuinely. It's not even a thing of disagreeing at that point. It's, like, literally a question of why do you have severe brain trauma to the point where you cannot think cognitively? Like, are you really that stupid? I don't know, man. As soon as someone says they, like, support socialism or whatever, I don't even bother, like, fucking debating that shit. Because that's just... You're arguing with a fucking brick wall at that point. Or actually, that's kind of an insult to brick walls, because at least they serve a fucking purpose. But yeah, no, it's just like... Immediately, if someone says that about themselves, it's like, yeah. Anything you say at this point is completely invalidated. Democracy in the workplace? What the fuck does that even mean? Like deciding on where you get to go eat for lunch? Bro, you don't even need to look at fucking Venezuela. If you want an example of socialism not working, look at fucking Nazi Germany. That's all you need to fucking look at right there. Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know. It's just wild to me. The people are determined to, like, continuously try these failed fucking, like, dog shit political experiments that have never worked. And never will. Like, the only way socialism could actually work is if we had an unpaid slave labor force that would do all the means of production and wealth generation, and then the wealth could be distributed among the civilians, basically. But it would require basically like an unpaid working class of people to do all the shit that nobody wanted to do, because in a socialist society, you get money regardless of what you contribute. So, therefore, there's no incentive to work. So, eventually, nobody will work. It's like literally in the fucking Soviet Union. At one point, they did like an experiment where it was like they gave people 90% of the... so 90% of the farmland was owned by the state, and they gave the farmers 10% to produce for themselves, so they could keep whatever they grew on that 10% of the land. And that 10% of the land was more productive than the other 90%, because the farmers were actually incentivized to grow and like cultivate the crops and work. Because the state owned land they didn't give a fuck about, because they got the money regardless of what it produced, technically. So they were more focused on like what actually made them money and they benefited from. It's human nature to seek a reward for your efforts. And that goes down to like the basic fucking survival instincts. Like the reason people hunted and gathered was for the reward of eating. It's like literally in our fucking DNA. I don't know, man. It's just, people are so fucking brain dead when they think like socialism and communism is actually a fucking tangible thing that can be achieved. How was Nazi Germany a socialist nation? Oh my god. Alright, first and foremost, Nazi literally stands for National Socialist. And second, Hitler basically made most companies, industries, and everything run by the state. like top Nazi officials in the government were in charge of running key like national industries. Not to mention he had wealth distribution plans, you know, a ton of entitlement programs, everything like that. Like in a lot of cases, the idea of entitlement programs came out of Nazi Germany, funnily enough. Like the idea of paid fucking vacation. That was a fucking Hitler idea in the first place. Like, this is the thing that a lot of people don't fucking know, bro. There's a lot of shit that, like... there's a lot of shit that's just really fucking funny. And it just mirrors itself. And people are so blind to it. Yeah, like every single German citizen was entitled to a paid vacation. I forget how long it was, but yeah, like Hitler literally built like cruise ships and everything that German citizens could vacation on for free. Like there was a bunch of like little social programs like that he started. He paid people to have children. Like a lot of that type of stuff. Like paid maternity leave, paternity leave. Like all of that kind of shit kind of originated from that era. Because like at first, this is the thing, is like a lot of European leaders, like the King of England at the time, like regarded Hitler as like a fucking model leader. Like a lot of European countries actually like praised his leadership at first. Like, I'm pretty sure Time magazine named him, like, the person of the year and wrote, like, this fucking massive blowjob piece, basically, praising how wonderful he was. Like, it's really fucking funny. And then everybody just does a fucking 180, like, oh shit, that never happened. He was a good leader? No, he was not. He was a fucking retard. Actual fucking meth head. Like, literally. The dude took fucking cocaine, heroin, and meth injections daily. He was literally coked out, a fucking meth head, and a fucking heroin addict. No, the dude literally had his brain rotted by fucking drugs. The dude was absolutely fucking insane. His government was completely unsustainable. The economy was completely unsustainable. His war efforts were completely fucking unsustainable. The guy was an absolute fucking mental case. Absolutely fucking brain dead. Germany is strong today because of his actions? Are you dumb? Are you actually fucking stupid? Germany literally got split in half because of his actions. The fuck are you talking about? East Germany got fucking cucked. Oh my god, bro. Hitler fucked over his own country. Like, literally, he went on a scorched earth campaign whenever, like, the Allied troops would encroach into German territory. Like, he would literally burn down his own fucking cities and towns to prevent the Allies from being able to take over, like, a functioning area. So he would literally destroy his own people's homes, businesses, everything, just to basically... prevent, like, the fucking US and Russian forces from walking into a, like, actual intact city. And then he also threw fucking child soldiers to the front lines to go out and die. when he knew the fucking war effort was done. No, Hitler fucked over his own people. He didn't give a fuck about them. They just were a means to an end. The dude was a selfish fucking egomaniac who had absolute power and was willing to do anything to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He didn't give a fuck about anyone. Yeah, burn the villages to own the allies, bro. Yeah, I don't really understand the people who unironically support Hitler. The dude was a literal fucking meth addict. Like, if you walked by some fucking meth head on the street, would you respect him? No. Like, that shit is so fucking stupid. Like, literally at the end of World War II, they say, like, he was literally commanding battalions of troops to move that didn't even fucking exist. Because he was so drugged out of his mind. Oh, yeah, Stalin's just as fucking bad. They're both psychopaths. I'll become the next president of Germany. No thanks. I do not think I'd want to live in Germany, bro. It's fucking cold there. Not to mention I don't like beer. And I feel like that's like part of Germany's fucking identity. I would not be a good fit. Yeah, that's the thing, is like Hitler at one point was quoted saying that he hated the fact that Germans were Christian. He would rather them be a warrior race like the Muslims. Like, dude, that's the other thing too I think is really funny, is people say like Hitler was a Christian. No, he was not. He hated religion. In fact, he just wanted to use religion as a way to control people. Like, him and his fucking weird, like, inner circle practice, like, the occult and shit like that. Like, some really weird stuff. You can look into that if you ever want to watch something weird. Like, look up just the Nazis and the occult, and there's, like, all this weird shit they used to do. Like, there's some weird fucking shit. Where do you get this info? You can look it up, bro. Just look up Nazis and the occult. Hitler was a huge believer in the occult. Like, that whole, like, that's what Indiana Jones is based on. Like, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, that literally was a real thing the Nazis did, was look for ancient artifacts with magical powers. This is it literally was a real fucking thing that happened in World War II. I shit you not. They literally thought there were magical artifacts they could find that would allow them to win the war. Yeah, that's what Indiana Jones is based off of. That whole kind of premise of the Nazis and the occult. They were obsessed with it. So let's see, 2023 Perfect Dark with the 5, unpaid working class, so robots. Oh wait, we're gonna somehow turn robots that don't need anything into a hate crime. My ex, hell yeah, people. Wait, what the fuck? My ex, hell yeah, people. Wait, what the fuck? I don't know, man, but yeah, that's the thing is like, I hope one day we do get robot slaves. I would be 100% down for it, but you already know there's going to be some fucking weirdos like, oh my god, robots deserve human rights too. Then we'll have to deal with those fucking retards. Because we'll have to deal with the weebs that like fall in love with a fucking toy. That's like the fucking freaks that marry their DSs and shit. Or like vigorously hump their body pillows. Or buy like life-size sex dolls and shit. Like, they'll fall in love, unironically, with their fucking robots and demand that they have human rights. It'll be the fucking weebs, I'm telling you. So we're kinsey with the two Germanies since ancient Rome. Beer, now beer, yup, basically. I don't know, I just don't like the taste of beer. Like the fucking nasty ass like malt liquor aftertaste is so fucking gross. Can't do it. And why sushi with the 5? Remember a couple months ago I watched a video of people in New York. I think I think that had obsessed over Nazis, really? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't understand like the fucking like romanticization of like Nazis and shit like that. I don't fucking get it. Like other than just trying to be an edgy fucking like 12-year-old or some like 14-year-old on the internet. Okay, yeah, whatever, but unironically supporting that shit, like what the fuck, bro? The butch is toxic with the two computers and robot slaves? I mean, in a sense, yeah. Sam the Madman with the two RDX went quiet after Lord Griffey's rant. Bro, I just love... That's the thing, bro. When the Canadians want to lecture people who live in the US about, like, American politics and stuff like that, it just makes me laugh. Thoroughly. Especially when it's so fundamentally wrong. Yo, do you know what's funny though? Like, speaking of, somebody mentioned the outfits were tight. So the person who designed like the Nazi uniforms like literally has a massive clothing brand today. Like, you guys all know the fucking clothing brand like Hugo Boss or Boss Clothing, whatever the fuck. Well, that was the motherfucker that designed the Nazi uniforms for Hitler. True fucking story. And to this day, that company's still around. Same with IBM, though. IBM created the system for them to track down and catalog, basically, Jewish people in Germany. They created, like, the fucking system for, I guess, cataloging people in a sense for the Nazis. Yeah, Volkswagen was the Nazi Germany state-owned automobile company. So for everybody saying that Nazi Germany was not socialist, there you go. Their automobile industry was state-owned. Like, Hitler literally designed the fucking Volkswagen Beetle, which is really funny. Of course he made the gayest car to ever fucking exist. It's not a coincidence. So, let's see. Volkswagen comes from Volkswagen, which translates to for the people. Yeah. I know that. Like, that was the whole reason why the Beetle was designed, was it was supposed to be cheap and affordable for everybody. We need nuclear-powered cars. Make it happen. Dude, that'd be a great idea. So that way if somebody rear-ends somebody else, there wouldn't just be a crash. There'd be a fucking nuclear explosion. Yeah, I don't know if that'd be a great idea. I Love Gayming with the 2. Did Hitler make the hippie van too? No, I think he was dead by then. I think he was already fucking dead at that point. Although I don't know when the fucking hippie van was invented. Yeah, I do not get that whole fucking trend of like living in a fucking van, bro. That is so fucking like, ugh. That is disgusting. Oh my god. Dude, I wouldn't even want to live in a fucking RV, much less a fucking hippie van. That is so like disgusting. I don't know, man. I could not. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna get rid of all my worldly possessions, just drive around in my van, live out of it, cook by the fire every night, travel around America, dude. Like, oh my god, dude, that shit's so fucking corny. Dude, the van life shit is so fucking, like, I don't know, man. I cannot get behind that. Not like showering for fucking days, having to shit in fucking gas stations around the clock. Like, ew. No thank you. Yeah, there's no way I'd want to live on a fucking yacht either. Hell no. Although I don't really like being on the fucking water. It's called being a minimalist, that's right. Minimal fucking brain cells. Minimalism is just people coping that they can't afford nice things. Basically, man. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm not a minimalist. I buy a bunch of shit I don't need. But I'm not like a hoarder, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like having clutter. I don't know, man. I just want to live in like a 20,000 square foot home on a big ass piece of land with a big ass pool, a movie theater, like a really nice office, a massive fucking bathroom. And I'm good. Like, at that point, I don't need to go hop in a fucking van and drive around the US or anything like that. I just want like some fucking mega mansion with a nice piece of land. And I'm good, bro. I don't need a yacht or any of that crap. Yeah, I just can't get behind that lifestyle of the people that are like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna quit my job and everything and drive around in my fucking beat up van. It's like, ugh. Dude, that's so gross. How much room do I need? A lot. I'm sick of living in small places, bro. I need something big. Dude, I want to be like Lil Wayne and say like I got 10 bathrooms, I can shit all day, like, you know? That really spoke to me when I heard it, and it kind of set my goals for life. Like, you could literally shit in every single toilet without flushing for over a week. It's pretty crazy. So the Butch is toxic with the two. Adolf left Berlin and lived out his day in hiding. Yeah, didn't he go to like the fucking moon or some shit? Same the madman with the two. I straight up want a castle. I would not, because I've heard they're a bitch to like heat and cool. And considering they're in Europe, you definitely need it. Agent Nibbles with the 5 took an RV to Porto Vallarta. The RV was nice and clean and honestly made the trip there and back so much more tolerable than just sitting for hours. So I'm guessing you did not have to drive, which is the way to do it. Like, I think the closest thing to that I would probably do is like get a Sprinter van, but I would have to hire a driver because I wouldn't want to fucking drive it. Box is someone that too. Have you heard of Aiden Ross? I know of him. I don't really know much about him. So yeah, I have. I don't watch his shit though. I know he's like a Twitch streamer or some shit, right? Hangs out with like a bunch of random rappers and whatever. Can we say Trump is responsible for 583,208 deaths in America when the C virus hit? Did Trump go to the fucking Chinese lab and make it in the first place? If not, then no, I don't really think it's fair to blame him. The only people that are responsible for that shit are the fucking Chinese. The wonderful Chinese government. They're the only ones who deserve credit for that one. I just still think it's so fucking funny how like literally everything they said about COVID at the beginning has now been completely disproven. Like, the masks don't fucking do anything. The vaccines literally don't fucking do anything unless you get your 18th booster shot. Like, it's just so fucking wild. Everybody's done a complete fucking 180 on everything COVID related. So Sam the Madman with the 2, Trump was responsible for calling it the Kung Flu. Yeah, I fucking love that name for it. New generation with the 2, China lied, people died. Yeah, I don't know, man. China can go fucking kick rocks. Long story short. Hold up, guys. I'm just checking something on my phone real quick. So the Butch is toxic with the 5. I knew COVID was BS because before COVID, everyone was talking about some school shooting. That then, I'm not going into that, bro. I am not going into that shit. Dude, COVID is like the most overhyped shit that I have ever seen. Like, people were really acting like motherfuckers were dropping dead on the street on a daily basis. Like, no. If you got it, you're probably gonna survive. No, Griffin, the BBC is the most overhyped shit. No, man, the BBC is God-given. It's truly a treasure to humanity that we all must cherish and protect at all costs. Oh, shit. Keith with the 5 people that passed away from COVID. Their body was just not strong. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like most people who died from like having COVID basically either had some like really major medical issue already existing, or they died from a completely unrelated thing and they just tested positive for COVID when they were already dead. Even though COVID didn't necessarily kill them. They died with COVID, not from it in most cases. Like technically if somebody had COVID and they jumped off a fucking bridge, it would be counted as a COVID death because the states wanted the federal money. And they got paid on a death-by-death basis. Basically, they were incentivized to inflate their fucking death numbers, long story short. The higher the numbers, the more federal money they get. Can you see how they might be incentivized to lie? Funny you might ask that question. Because what state was it that got in trouble? Was it New York? I forgot. One of the states got in trouble for like overinflating their COVID deaths so they could get like the $50,000 in federal aid for every death. I think it was New York. They got in trouble for that shit. No, it's not a conspiracy theory. You just gotta follow the money. Just gotta follow the money. Bro, I'm not even paying attention to the game at this point. After this map, or not map, match, I'll switch to videos. I really want to be up too late. Pot investor with the 2, don't forget the guy shot in the head that died from COVID. Yeah. Or the man that jumped off a fucking bridge. Or the person who died from a heart attack from COVID. Dude, it's really sad. Like, I'm already looking forward to next weekend. I don't know. I'm on that work grind right now. Like, today I did not have a fucking free moment at work. It's kind of sucked. But the day went by pretty quickly. So that was the one benefit. But I don't know, man. I'm definitely becoming a boomer because I'm really looking forward to my weekends nowadays. What goes up but never comes down? A man that took Viagra that has an erection after 4 hours? But probably tax money. So why sushi with the 2? So pretty much thanks for the money dummy. Yeah, basically. I think I read that. Fuck. Disney Aviation Roller Coaster Enthusiast 2019 with the 2. New York got in trouble for underreporting. No, it wasn't underreporting. You don't get anything for underreporting. They overreported. Almost every state did, because they were financially incentivized to do so. I sound tired? Yeah, I am tired. That's the secret. I'm always tired. Yeah, they underreported the nursing home deaths because the wonderful governor of New York and mayor decided, let's stick all the sick old people in fucking nursing homes and kill off all the old people. What great guys. So Gunslinger with the 5 quick question group. Why do you delete the stream after ending it? Because I don't want it cluttering my channel. I don't want a bunch of streams. Plus we talk about shit that I don't really want to get a strike for. Alright, let me pull up YouTube real quick. So let's start off with something fun. Okay. So let's start off with something fun. So stressed and we need to talk. Uh-oh.
Hey there gamers, Dreamcast Guy here, or I guess I should say Max. My real life name is Max, and this is going to be a bit...
Dreamcast guy does not seem like a Max to me. I could see him like as maybe like a Cody or a Chris, but Max? Nah, I don't know.
more of a real life talk, sort of discussing the future of the channel and why things may be a bit hectic for the next couple weeks. Currently, I am extremely stressed. I'm actually even losing weight because I'm not eating enough. I'm a bit of freaking out trying to do a big, complicated move. As you can see, the frickin' shelves are very empty. Everything is going into boxes. But before we go into all the nitty-gritty details of what's going on there, I do want to say a gigantic, heartfelt thank you. I don't get to talk about this enough, and I don't really like to get into analytical details and stuff, but